guys, and welcome back to another video, the Moving to Canada series part 2.
Yep.
So it was highly requested. People were asking, how did we actually get to Canada?
Yeah.
Right?
So basically it's a prequel.
Yeah. So we're gonna give you guys some advice on, well, we're going to tell you guys what we did,
Yeah.
and you can decide if you want to take that route. Canada has multiple routes on how to get to Canada, and we decided to use this process. So when we were in Jamaica, we attended a few seminars with the Jamaica to Canada thing, Anton Brown, and basically they had a bunch of colleges from Toronto who were offering, well, they were helping you with the application process on how to actually move to Canada and study in Canada, because when you study in Canada, after you finish studying, you can work and then you can eventually become a permanent resident. And then even if you want to take it any further, you can become a Canadian resident.
Yeah.
So yeah, we decided to do that. We spoke with Anton Brown as well. However, he was recommending Toronto only.
But anyways,
Yeah.
I was advised by a few friends, also co-workers from JNGI, who indicated that you can go ahead and apply for a college by yourself. Just make sure that it fits these criteria.
Yeah.
So for one, make sure it fits the criteria of being a public college.
Yeah.
As it relates to what you're applying for, make sure that it's a skilled labor force.
Yes, and make sure it's something that when you leave school, you can get a job.
Yes.
So ensure that you do a research on the Canadian job market.
Yes, and make sure you do a research on also what the PR requires, because the end goal is the PR.
Yes.
So see things that are within the field of, leading you into your end goal. Anyways.
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing. Ensure that it's a 2-year or 3-year program.
Definitely.
1-year programs do not help you to qualify for a post. Well,
it does, but
it
at
can,
a minimal.
Exactly.
It's very unlikely that it would, more secure the postgrad
work permit. Yeah. You need a program that's at least 2 years, because at least, okay, so if you had a program that was 2 years, you'll get a postgraduate work permit that is 2 years as well, which is good enough time to, well, 2 or more years, which is good enough time to work and get assimilated in the country and that kind of thing,
and accumulate the points to
for
apply
PR.
for your PR.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, the application process. So it's basically well, I went online, I searched for a lot of colleges. Well, I said our choice was either we had Saskatchewan in mind at one point. We had Toronto in mind, and persons were saying, look at Ottawa, and I was like, Ottawa is a city, let me look at Ottawa. And that's where I came across Algonquin College. There are other colleges here, but when I saw Algonquin College program as it relates to international students, to include the 3 days accommodation that I spoke about on the last program, I said, this makes sense, because fine, we're going somewhere that, to be honest, they were the quickest to respond to me. I applied for several colleges, to include, as said, colleges in Toronto, colleges in Saskatchewan, colleges in Ottawa, and they were the quickest to respond to me and provide me with as much information as possible that I needed.
So what I wanted to also the ears in the back sleeping.
Yeah.
What I also wanted to mention was you don't have to apply for September semester only. You can also apply to come in January or May.
Yeah.
So winter and spring semesters.
Yeah.
So January, May, September. Yeah. So we're moving on now to the...
Basically what they required for the application was an application fee, which is later allotted to your tuition.
Oh, is it?
Once it's accepted.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think it was 100 Canadian dollars.
Okay.
Yeah, 100 Canadian dollars, or whatever the conversion is at this point in time. And I think they require you to pay the tuition, a kind of a ASAP situation, because it's kind of a first come first serve.
Yeah.
So they required us to pay. The tuition was about,
that's the first semester tuition.
Which was about 7,000 Canadian, 7,500. So I mean, if you're thinking about doing that, at least have that much in the bank
Yeah.
and some change.
Yeah.
You
So that
understand?
you can pay your
So that you can pay
fare and
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Remember we talked
What
about
I want to ask you is,
accommodations. Go ahead.
after you paid, did you have to pay the school fee first before they actually give you the letter for the embassy?
To be honest,
Because there's a process. There was something you had to do with the
Yes.
school before you could get the letter
yes,
to actually go to the embassy.
Yes, that was the case for real.
Okay.
Lucky you remember that, man. I remember the top
Yeah.
outside.
So see, like, yeah, you have to pay that with the school for the school
Yeah.
to actually look and say they're going to give you that letter
Yeah.
so that you can put it in your application when you're applying to the embassy.
Yeah,
That
because the
won't
acceptance letter by itself.
yeah,
it's not
won't
valid.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they need to know that you're actually serious about this.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, after you've been accepted,
Well, you apply for the visa.
well, yeah, you apply for the visa.
Apply for the visa.
The wait time is about 3 weeks.
It wasn't bad, and
3
I
to
mean,
4 weeks.
Yeah, you get to do
Them
the
kinda make you
biometric
sweat
test,
little.
and that I don't know if the embassy is still the same place in Jamaica.
Well, it wasn't even the embassy. It was that.
Yes, VCCR.
Yeah,
what's it
that.
called?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it was a center that you went to and you
Yeah.
do everything. But
And they submit it for you,
Mhm.
and they're very easygoing in terms of, you know, they made the process more streamlined as opposed to the anxiety that comes with going for a US visa.
Yeah,
It's basically
that's true.
going there to submit some documents. If you don't have the correct documents, they tell you that, well, to print it, this is what it costs, which is about $5 per paper. If you don't have a document that they need the original, hey, just come back another day. It's very simple. It
So you
was
just-
simple for me.
yeah, you just go there to do certain things. So like,
Yes.
I retina scan and your fingerprint stuff.
Yes.
And yeah, submit the other documents.
And then you get the visa.
yeah.
The
So
visa
once
for coming out the freezer. The freezer.
Anyway, so once you do get the visa now, you have to plan to come to school. After
Yes.
he got the visa in about July or August,
Yes.
he had resigned from his position.
Yes.
He was working as a law clerk, so he applied for a law clerk program, which totally made sense because he had the experience.
Yes.
And
Yes, and that was also one thing that you should, you know,
make it make sense with your life.
Yeah, what you're studying or what you're coming to study for, make it make sense to
Yeah.
you and make sense to those that you're applying for the visa from.
Yeah,
Because you're gonna get that call.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah, that's a possible thing.
Yeah, the tuition is okay.
Oh, you need to show like
You need
funds
to
in the
show
bank
funds.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, my Jesus.
And to show those funds, you can by yourself if you have a guardian, they can put up funds in your effort. And now forget the funds. You can just show the facts that them have the funds.
Yeah, you
And
just
it
need.
helps you.
Yeah, you just need to show that you have enough money, or you
Yes,
have
sir.
money that is available to you,
Yeah.
in case you
Because
actually.
my
need
father
to-
gave me a letter from one of his bank,
Yeah,
and that assisted.
yeah, just to show, on
Yeah.
file that this one is available.
Yeah.
If I do need this
Yes.
fund.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's a good point
And I
too.
think there's a minimum to show, and I think you just need to find out what's the minimum and basically show that. Show
Yeah.
a little bit over what's the minimum. So,
Yeah.
it kind of show like you have rainy day money or cushion money.
Consider the fact that you need to survive here.
Yes.
They need to know that you can survive. So you can't show a little amount that you can't survive with.
Yeah.
You need to be able to pay what would our recommendations be?
Okay.
At least have some funds in the bank that you can pay for your next semester.
Yeah.
You already pay for your first semester to get the letter from the school. Have enough money that you can pay for the next semester, and as we recommended in the last video, as you lick the ground,
Find out.
start working, because that will ensure that you have the money for September of
Yeah.
the next year,
Yeah.
which will put you in a very good position.
Yeah.
So as we were saying, application process is done,
Yeah.
visa process
Visa
is
process
done.
is done.
Now it's time to leave. So as I said, he got approved in July, August. He left on September 4th. School started around that time. He came, did orientation, that kind of thing.
Start the 5th.
Oh, school started the 5th. Oh, okay.
Come
Okay, so he got settled in. As we did say in the last video, I'm never really find a work at first.
I was looking at
So
a
that
big
it kinda-
cash work, and it was.
Yeah, it wasn't something that was really practical, but yeah. But so he left in September. In October, I got my visitor's visa for Zaire and I. That's my son. So basically you just apply online. Well, I mean, back then, you know, in all honesty, I don't think you have to go to the visa center place to drop off the documents anymore, because you can apply online and you just go in and do your biometrics.
Okay.
Like they do it like that now to make it way more easier.
Streamline.
Yeah. So in October, I just applied for me and Zaire's visa. You just go online, search for the visitor visa information. I did show that I was working and everything, and you know, like he was in Canada, so they don't really deny when it comes to family. So his father's here, he's my partner, my common law partner, and yeah, I showed all that information to let them know that this is what, you know, we did, and well, this is the situation.
Yeah, this is the situation.
And we want to visit him from time to time. So we got those visas approved in October, and basically, yeah, I was just in Jamaica with Zaire at that time.
Awesome.
Yeah, you just save up money at that point. Yeah, so February 2019, I came to Canada, and as soon as I got here, I applied for my spousal open work permit, SOWP. You are able to apply for this open work permit as a spouse of an international student.
Yeah.
And as we said in the last video, it took about 3 months. So you can decide how you want to do that. If you haven't watched the first video before, I think it's best to go and watch that and then come back to this one. So after I applied for that and I got it in May, I started to work. We saved up and everything, and we moved into a new place.
Yeah.
So that when Zaire came, we were ready for him. Now, if your child is school age, so like currently they're going to primary school or anything like that, they need a study permit straight off the bat. But if you have a toddler like our child, they need a visitor's record. Like that is fine.
Yeah.
So you can apply for the visitor's record after they're in Canada, but no later than 6 months of being in the country. And basically the immigration will give you a visitor's record that lasts for the entire study and work permit of the main applicant. So yeah, that's how we got here. Yeah, so basically that's all you need to know for how we got here. And I hope that was helpful to you. In the next video, we will basically be doing a Q&A and also a scenario of, so now you're here in Canada, what do you need to know? So that will be the next video.
You understand? Subscribe.
Yes, remember to subscribe, like, and comment if you like this video. All right, and ask your questions below. We'll be answering.